It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. In 1985, Dolce and Gabbana, armed with only less than $2,000, launched a fashion empire that would make them two of Italian's wealthiest men that existed. However, their journey wasn't always glitz and glamour. Like many businesses, they faced the challenges of getting started, of turning points, and then the big crash came really with an economic crisis, and that's what I want to share with you here. After being in business 30 years of just success, Dolce & Gabbana was really confronted with the hard reality changes of the economic crisis that was taking place, and it brought their business to a halt on the brink of bankruptcy. Now, Gabbana reflects on this. He said, the crisis was a reality check for everyone, bringing back humility to the fashion world. Dolce added on and said, look, we had to eliminate all of the fluff. We had to discover a new efficiency. Does that sound familiar to you? In the ever-changing world of fashion, Dolce & Gabbana decided to focus on creating style over trends, incorporating traditions and timeless designs. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, I believe that this was their really secret sauce that made them the success they are today. And just like in sales, being flexible, learning from our mistakes, and having a clear vision that drives us forward is what makes us so super successful. So what's my big takeaway for you as a CEO? Just like Dolce & Gabbana, a sales system with sales leadership is critical, but in business as a CEO, your sales organization sometimes have to get back to the fundamentals of sales. That's right, a sales structure, a sales system, and a sales funnel are the foundations for any successful sales organization. Dolce & Gabbana realized that after 30 years, they made that switch back. You do that, and you will see your sales skyrocket. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. It's exciting and an honor and a privilege to be here to serve you this morning. Now, we're going to start off as we do every single morning with our mantra. And our mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And I want you to repeat that after me right now. Like I want you to repeat those words and listen very, very carefully. If you can't be in sales, you can't be in business. Because we understand that sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than in fact there is coming in. So repeat after me these words. And I know you know this as a CEO, but you're tuned in. 15 minutes is what we do. And I want you to say these words. Selling is serious business. Selling is serious business. Now we're going to go over to our pledge this morning. Every morning we like to do the pledge. Now you don't have to do your heart like this, by the way. But it is a pledge that I love to do. And I want you to repeat after me, because I think it's the three things that every CEO has to do. We have to learn, we have to earn, and we have to return. Now, you can use that a lot of different ways, but I believe every CEO should repeat these words. So this is our pledge. Listen to me. Repeat these words after me. I have to learn something new. Go ahead and say that right now. In order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return, I have to learn, earn, and return. Now, as you're out there watching, you might say, Shay, what are our objectives? Why are we here? I got it. I got to learn, earn, and return. Thank you. That's what we have is 15 minutes. This is why we tune in every single morning. Here it is. Here are our objectives, threefold, and it's your objective as a CEO. So I'm not giving you anything new, but I want you to tune in and listen like you haven't heard it before. Number one is about sales progress. And we have a way of doing that with the CEO Sales Dashboard, which we'll get into in a moment. Number two is about really addressing any challenges that are out there. Dolce and Gabbana, well, they had challenges. After 30 years in business, two of the richest men in Italy. So think about yourself. What challenges out there facing you? And I'm glad you're here. You can share those with us. And then number three is to really focus on the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to grow. Number one is sales planning. Now, I never get tired of sharing this with you, because without a one-page sales plan for you as a CEO to review each morning, then you could be missing the mark just because of that one reason. If you don't have a sales plan, you can go over to www.ceosalesplan.com. There is no cost for that. www.ceosalesplan.com. Get that. Number two, our sales cycle. Now, this is the customer journey from the very first moment that we connect with them all the way until we convert. And what does that journey look like? What is that sales cycle process like? Number three is our sales message, understanding our words, our words will make us rich. And so we've got to tune in and understand, okay, sales have to drive marketing, marketing doesn't drive sales. What is our sales message? Number 4 is the CEO Sales Dashboard, which I love to get into. I can't wait. We're going to get into the CEO Sales Dashboard in a moment. I'm super excited. I love to do that every morning. And number 5, a sales team. Now, there's a sales rep. I get it. There's a sales affiliate team. I get it. There's a sales ambassador team. I get it. There's your digital sales team. I get it. There's like 5 components. But without sales, there's always more money going out than there is going in. And I want to share with you, if you can't focus on sales, you really just can't be in business. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I certainly appreciate it. What are our outcomes? Well, we have really 2 outcomes. Our number 1 outcome is to help you. Now, if you're tuning in now, for all the folks who tune in every morning at 8 a.m., I love to see the messages. Look right below the message, because I read everyone, and write hashtag I'm here. If you're a CEO and you're watching right now, you're tuned in, you're dialed in, just put hashtag I'm here. You can see me, but I can't see you. So I want to be able to share that with you. Number two, if you're watching the replay, now you're here. I mean, maybe you couldn't watch it when we were live. That's okay. Maybe you're watching on the on-demand platforms, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. Maybe you listen to the podcast and you're working out right now. Go ahead and drop me a note over at Instagram at I am Che Brown and just say, I'm here. I'm listening, and tell us what we can do better. Otherwise, thanks so much for tuning in. Our number 1 outcome, the reason that the CEO Sales Huddle exists, is it's a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. That's the bottom line, by the way. We know you can sell. We know you're already good, but we only ask for 15 minutes a day. That's all we ask for, is 15 minutes a day. And our big why do we get up every single day? Why do we do this? We're at the 5 minute or 6 minute and 50-second mark right now. It's 3 reasons: sales growth, accountability, and consistency. You probably heard we'll often do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. So that's the accountability. Now, consistency does not guarantee you success. I get that. But I will tell you, not having consistency guarantees you will absolutely, unequivocally not be successful. That's why, CEOs, we've got to focus on our sales organization. I'll say it again. I'll stop saying it. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be what? You can't be in business. What's our number 1 outcome? He says, you have all the outcomes. What's the number 1 outcome? What's the mission, goals, and objectives? Our outcome, $100,000 plus a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Let me say that again. And I want you to imagine, whatever your revenue is today, you're able to add on an extra $100,000 over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You tune into this conversation as a CEO. It's 15 minutes of your day, which is 1% of your day, and everything changes. Now, as we get there, we're going to now get into what I call the most important part, and everything's important, or we wouldn't do it, obviously, is our CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, the CEO Sales Dashboard itself is responsible, and it's the number 1 reason why I believe that CEOs really get to $100,000. They recognize this one concept, and I want you to tune in and listen. What gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets better. So we look at 5 indicators that every CEO needs to know and understand in order to be successful. There's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now, every morning I go deep in one area, but I want you now to step back and I want you to open up your CEO Sales Dashboard now. It's an Excel sheet. Now, I'm going to show it to you. Let's show it to them now. Let me pull that up right now. And when you're doing it now, if you don't have it, you can go over to ceosalesdashboard.com. Again, ceosalesdashboard.com. I'm sorry, ceosaleshuddle.com, either one. And go ahead and download it right now. This is the most important part that we could do. So let me go here. Let me go here. And when you open it up, it'll look something like this. I hope you can see it. I hope I'm not too much in the way. Maybe you can't see me because I'm on a smaller screen. Let me just see if I can pop myself up here. I can't find where I'm at, so I don't know why I'm not showing. But that's a topic for another time. We'll get that figured out later because I'm not seeing me in there. But that's okay. You don't need to see me right now. You need to see the screen. Okay. And there's 5 indicators. And you'll see there's subtopics there. So we have leads, appointments, offers, deals. And every morning I go deep in one area. You go across 1 through 31. And I want you to look at where you are now. As you look at where you are now, and I want you to go back and put today's data in and put how many leads came in, how many appointments were set. This was just yesterday. Now, some of you can go back and look at the last 30 days and you'll see the trend. Now, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And I want you to have that as a driving force as a CEO. And today I'm going to I always spend about 2 minutes going deep. Let me click back over here. Don't know why that's not showing, but that's okay. I spend 2 minutes going deep in one area. And today we're going to go deep in offers. And the reason I want to go so deep in offers is that when I first got started, I used to measure offers as if, well, let me see if I can show you that. So just so you can see a visual here. Okay, so you download the CEO dashboard, got it, Shay, you're there. How do I get this down? I'm on a much smaller screen. Here we go. Wow, the screen is small. But let me see if I can open that up for you guys. Might not be able to do that. Let me see here. Anyway, well, the good news is you can see offers. And I used to measure offers, and I didn't used to track it. And then I had a conversation with my coach, and he was like, Shay, how many offers did you make? And really, the answer was, I don't know. He said, well, let's track offers. Like, how many times do you make an offer? And the reason for that is that that's direct correlation to the number of revenue that you get. So there's 3 categories that you can track. Now you can add other categories above here. You'll see credit cards, signed contract, and next step. Let me tell you what I mean by that, just so you have it for your notes. Now we're talking about offers. We're inside, for those folks that are picking up and tracking what I'm saying, we're inside the CEO sales dashboard that we do, where's that at? That we do every single morning. We're looking at offers. So you would go across here and you would look at yesterday. Now, for you or your team, some of you are sales supervisors, some of you are managers, some of you are the CEO of the company, some of you are entrepreneurs. And you look at how many offers did you make yesterday for someone, and you ask them to give you a credit card. Now, it doesn't matter if it was a 1 call close, a 2 call close, 3 call close. That means you might have met 4 and 5 and 6 times, but finally got to the point you said, if you want to move forward, it's going to be whatever it is, 10 grand, and you can go and put that on Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Would you like to do it? That's an offer in its simplest terms. Or maybe it was an offer to sign the contract. The contract has been sent. You reviewed it. We've talked about it. Are you ready to go and click on the button and sign the contract? You can do it electronically. That's an offer. But then I was leaving out a very critical step. And I want you to notice, if you don't have the CEO Sales Dashboard, it's not a part of what you're doing right now. You can go to CEOSalesDashboard.com, go over to CEOSalesDashboard.com, or CEO Sales Huddle, I think it's right below here, CEO Sales Huddle, and download it now. I wanted to put next steps in there, and I want you to understand why. It's because oftentimes if we don't get the deal, at least for me, I started beating myself up and saying, oh, I didn't get the deal. I've got to meet with them again. And what I've discovered was that's just a part of the process. Now, as a CEO, for you and your sales organization, you can share these words. Don't become concerned when a natural part of the sales process happens. Now, we're at the 12-minute, 58-second mark, so I don't want to get into training, but I want you to hear that. And so a natural part of the sales process is I made an offer, give myself credit, but there's a next step. So that could be another category. The next step is we're going to meet. Now, when we meet, that's pretty cool. But I made an offer for us to meet again, and the person agreed. Now, that might not fit your business model, and that's okay. I know some of you are different industries, different places, different spaces, but probably 70% of you are in the educational industry. That means you're in the self-education industry where you share your knowledge, whether it's speaking on the stage, whether it's coaching, whether as a consultant, in some type of form. And so there is a next step in the process, and we're not going to beat ourselves up. Okay, let me get off of that. So that's the CEO Sales Dashboard. Fill it out. Look. It doesn't matter if you had to fill it out while you're here in this 15 minutes. It's the best use of your time. I'm sharing with you, please hear me. It doesn't matter if you give it to your assistant. It's the best use of their time. It doesn't matter if it gets filled out because you have an operations manager or you hire someone just to fill out that CEO Sales Dashboard every day. It's the most important piece that can get done every day, and it's what drives many of my clients to their highest success. And it's free. It's no cost. But the return on value is priceless. Okay, I'm on a rant. You see, I'm in a new environment. I'm hanging out here. But anyway, you don't care about me. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on because I'm out. Celebrate wins. Now, why is this important? What is it? We have a way as CEOs sometimes is we just go, go, go. And it's in our DNA. But I want you to slow down for a moment. And then you can speed up. And I want you to slow down and ask yourself 3 questions, because powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So if you're going to celebrate wins, we're going to go ahead and do that with you. So there are 3 questions you can ask. Here are the 3 questions. Now, hear me. If you don't have the CEO Sales Dashboard, get that. But here are 3 questions, because powerful people ask powerful questions, and questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So let's look at the 3 questions. I don't think you can see me because I can't figure out how to get my screen up right now, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. What are you most proud of? Just stay with me for a moment. Stay with me for a moment. What are you most proud of? What was your biggest accomplishment as a sales organization yesterday? This is a sales organization. And then last, if you could brag on your sales organization and you could come on here live with me. I can't wait till we can do this. We're so close to being able to do this. We're so close. And we could have some dialogue back and forth. And you had to raise your hand. You came in and said, Shay, here's what I'm most proud of. What would it be? What would you share? And then after we celebrate wins, oops, we're on the wrong screen here. After we celebrate wins, we want to step back and we want to overcome hurdles. Now, powerful people ask powerful questions. So we're going to ask ourselves 3 questions, right? Because it's what steers us. Number 1, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday in your sales organization? Maybe it was you. Maybe you didn't have the energy level, if you're the one responsible for everything. What is preventing you today from moving the sales organization forward, doing exactly what you have to do to move the sales organization forward? And number 3, what's the one thing you could do that you could do it today, that if you did it, it could move your sales organization forward? Once you make a commitment to do that today. We're at the 16-minute and 32-second mark. Look, if you're just tuning in and you didn't get a chance earlier, I'm going to go into the message of the day, and then we're done. I'm sorry I'm over by 2 minutes, but we'll be done in the next minute or 2. If you're watching right now, do me a favor, look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Just let me know you're here. I like to connect. I like to see you. I read every comment. If you're watching the replay, congratulations. Doesn't matter when you tune in. The good news is you're here. So go ahead and put hashtag replay. Put a hashtag replay for all my folks on the podcast, for all my folks who are watching us on on-demand streaming platforms. If you can't make those comments, shoot me a message over at I am Che Brown. Just shoot me a DM and say, Shay, I'm in the house. Now, you notice I reply. Now, I'm not going to call out names, but some of you send me one every single day. I don't get tired of reading it. Why? Because part of this is accountability. Part of this is us being in a conversation. Okay, let me now go ahead and move to the message of the day. The message of the day is perspective drives performance. Now, Inky Johnson is someone that was a football player in college for Tennessee. He got injured as a result. He doesn't have use of one of his arms at all. It hangs down. As a matter of fact, his arm isn't there. And he has this one philosophy. He's a motivational speaker. And he says, perspective drives performance. And you think about that, it's really our mindset as a CEO around focusing on sales, because as we start off every single morning, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business, that drives our performance. Our performance in terms of where our energy goes, our performance in terms of how we manage our time, our performance in terms of our priorities, and understanding that sales is the option to every business. Then we have that perspective. It allows us to perform at a much higher level. Just like Dolce Gabbana, you can go back to the fundamentals. The fundamentals for the foundation from a perspective are sales systems, sales structure, and a sales funnel. That's the fundamentals that makes everything else work. Without that in place, you're always working harder than you need to be. And I know you know it as a CEO, but isn't that the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? Don't CEOs and sales superstars, they all hold one common belief. I'm on a rant, I gotta stop, but they all hold one common belief. You know what that belief is? They can always get better. And I know you out there, you're watching, it's not a raw session, but I gotta say from my heart, you know you have the potential inside of you to perform at a much higher level. I know I do. I believe that you do. And together, we're gonna get better. Thanks for tuning in to the CEO Sales Huddle. You're super incredible. You are amazing. You're a game changer. You're a CEO that's making a difference in the world. You're changing lives, and some of you are changing businesses that change communities, that change lives. So thanks for all you do. Thanks for giving me 15 minutes, or in this case, 19 minutes and 24 seconds. I know, I got to put these things on. I can't see sometimes. At least I can't see that small screen I have in front of me. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got to go. We're out of here. God bless. Keep doing God's work, everyone. And let me see here. I think I can close us out in a second. I got to see how to close because I'm on a different computer, and that's okay. And when I'm on a different computer, sometimes I can't do some of the things that I want to do. But I do want to thank you. Seriously, may I put my glasses on? Shay, put your glasses on. Don't. If you're out there judge me, please don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Don't say, Shay, what are you doing? You should have your glasses on. I'm trying to figure out how to close this thing. How do I close this thing out? Okay. Well, can't figure it out, so I'm going to have to hit the button and close it out. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. We're out of here, everyone. Bye-bye. Peace.